Have you ever watched an interview where a guest seemed awkward or tense? Some of Brie Larson's recent interviews have gotten a lot of attention from the online community. Many people say there's something awkward or misunderstood in her exchanges. But we can learn a very valuable lesson from these moments about how we communicate, connect, and make a good impression. Today, we'll analyze Brie Larson's mistakes together so we know how to avoid them ourselves if we find ourselves in a similar situation. Small Blue Diamond 1. Do not interpret every comment as a personal attack. Small Blue Diamond. Brie Larson sometimes interprets questions or jokes as attacks, even when there's no ill intent. Lesson. Always try to see the positive intent or the humor instead of turning everything into a conflict. If you're unsure, you can ask for clarification or respond with humor, just like Russell Brand, who chose to be charming instead of defensive when faced with a tough joke. 2. Do not try too hard to prove you're special. When Chris Hemsworth humbly praised his own stunt double, Brie jumped in to say, "But I do my own stunts, too." This kind of reaction can create tension instead of positivity. The moral here: if someone is praising or honoring a colleague, you can celebrate their moment or even appreciate their efforts alongside them. 3. Do not try to win every conversation. Brie often tried to win or respond to Chris Pratt's jokes instead of simply playing along, which made the exchanges feel heavy or combative. The lesson: sometimes we should let things go, follow the flow, laugh together, and appreciate the moment instead of turning everything into a competition. This is something Chris Pratt successfully does. He lets humor ease difficult situations instead of adding tension. 4. Do not reject compliments. When someone compliments you, it's not a battle or a competition, it's a kind expression. Brie sometimes responded defensively instead of gracefully accepting it. The moral: if you're complimented, simply smile, say thank you, or pay back the kindness with a sincere compliment in return. This lets both people feel valued and appreciated. In a nutshell, if you know how to interpret messages positively, share the spotlight with those around you, relax, appreciate humor, and avoid turning every moment into a conflict. Gratefully accept compliments. Today, we're going to talk about 6 behaviors that can make people dislike you without you even realizing it. Keycap 1. Sharing too many photos on social media. Picture someone's Instagram feed filled with selfie after selfie, or picture after picture. Did you know this can push people away? A study by David Hutton shows that when you constantly post photos, your real-world relationships may suffer. This happens because people find it hard to connect with someone who shares everything. So, be mindful. Think carefully about what you're posting and how it might be perceived by your friends. Keycap 2. Humble bragging. Imagine your friend says, "I'm so stressed from my new student body president role. Oh, I've gotten slim enough to fit into my jeans from 9th grade." This kind of complaint might be a form of humble bragging, and it's not a good look. Harvard Business School's study found that people prefer to work with or be friends with those who are honestly proud or vulnerable, not those who mask their boasts as complaints. So, it's a good idea to avoid humble bragging when you can. Keycap 3. Not smiling. Are you someone who finds it hard to smile or show happiness in social situations? The University of Wyoming found that smiling makes you much more likable, even more than having an open or welcoming posture. So try smiling naturally when you meet someone. You'll become more approachable and liked by everyone. Keycap 4. Constantly criticizing people's choices. Picture a person who's always criticizing the decisions of their friends. "That's a stupid choice," or "I wouldn't do it that way." A study by the Journal of Consumer Psychology shows we naturally avoid people who are judgmental or closed-minded. This happens because we feel attacked or misunderstood. Instead, if someone's choices confuse or concern you, ask questions with kindness and understanding instead of criticizing. This can make your relationships much more healthy and comfortable. Keycap 5. Suppressing or faking your emotions. Do you pretend you're fine when you're not? Or do you avoid conflict just to keep peace? This can make you seem inauthentic and distant. According to a study by the University of Oregon, people who suppress their emotions are perceived as less agreeable and less trustworthy. So it's a good practice to be honestly yourself, while still being kind. Keycap 6. Using smiling emojis in work emails. Did you know adding a smiling emoji in a professional email can make you seem less competent? Researchers from Israel and the Netherlands found that adding these smiling emoticons can undermine credibility, making you appear less reliable. So, while it's fine to be warm, it's often a good idea to avoid adding smileys in a formal context. Did you find this helpful? What other behaviors do you think might make someone less likable? White heavy checkmark if you enjoyed this. Please like and share. You might help someone improve their relationships. White heavy checkmark. The studies and references we used are listed in the description box. White heavy checkmark, and don't forget to subscribe for more Psych 2 Go videos. Thank you for all your support. It really helps us make knowledge more accessible to everyone. Today, we're going to talk about 7 bad charisma habits that make people dislike you and how you can avoid them. So pay close attention. 1. Vulnerability dropping. This happens when someone drops a joke or moves away from a vulnerable moment instead of honoring it. For instance, when a soldier opened up about a dramatic moment, someone turned it into a joke. This made the person feel invalidated and unheard. So remember, sometimes the kindest thing you can do is simply listen and appreciate someone's vulnerability. 2. Conversational narcissism, making it all about you. Instead of turning every story back toward yourself, practice listening and validating. If a friend says, "I've been struggling with something at work," a helpful response might be, "I'm sorry you're going through that. Want to tell me more?" Instead of turning the topic back to your own struggles. 3. Question cutting, interrupting. Interrupting someone while they're trying to answer you signals you care more about your own opinion than their answer. So give people space to speak and let them finish their thought. This shows kindness and maturity in a conversation. 4. Trampling boundaries, not respecting no. Sometimes someone signals they're not comfortable with a topic, for instance, by stating, "I really don't want to talk about that." The respectful thing to do is leave it there and move on. Continuing to push crosses a boundary and makes the person feel disrespected or trapped. 5. Making unsafe or mean jokes. Some people tease to ease tension or make their friends laugh, but we need to be careful not to tease in a way that crosses a sensitive boundary or makes someone feel bad about themselves. Instead, tease their strengths or make a gentle, affectionate joke. 6. Giving unsolicited advice. Sometimes we want to be helpful, but offering advice when someone hasn't asked for it can feel rude or invalidating. So always ask first, "Would you like some advice?" or "Would you prefer I just listen?" This shows you care and respect their independence. 7. Instant aggression. Some people respond with aggression or defensiveness at the first sign of conflict or discomfort. Instead, we should give the other person the benefit of the doubt and respond calmly and gracefully. This signals maturity and kindness and helps ease tensions. White heavy checkmark. The most painful thing is we often do these things without realizing it, and we miss out on friendships, promotions, or strong relationships because we're turning people away. White heavy checkmark. The good news is with awareness and practice, we can grow and become someone that people love and appreciate. White heavy checkmark. If you'd like more help with this, you can check out our Charisma University. It's designed to help you become your best, most charming, most likable self in just 30 days.